I've had a wonderful week. I can't complain either. For those who don't know, last video I mentioned I'll be on vacation for the next 2 weeks. So it was extremely difficult for me making this video because I have a departure exactly at 3 a.m. So just in a few hours, I'm having my departure. It's currently 8 minutes past midnight. Markets have just closed. Only crypto, I think, and maybe some few coins are running here and there, but crypto market is still open. Forex market, the currencies are closed, but crazy week we had this week. So for people who want to see the portfolio, last week we had 14.8 or 9. This week we have 17.8 M profits. So that's a crazy growth. But for people who aren't here, we have built these trades and positions for the last 3 months. For people who have been here, so from June you can get to see June, July, August, with my biggest position being gold, which I started building July 10th. That was last month. June we have EurUsd, this one here. So very good trade so far, so good. So let's get into the fundamentals real quick. So we had a crazy week this week. Let me just summarize for you what happened. So on Monday I told you guys I won't be trading. Very boring day for me to trade. Normally on Mondays I don't trade. Tuesday, nothing really much happened on USD, but on gold we got to see we made the high of the week, so love that. On Wednesday we had the FOMC minutes. That was on Wednesday 21st. So we got the Fed minutes, and there were several hints of rate cuts in the next meeting in September. For those who don't know, the Fed minutes is a document that comes every 3 weeks after every Fed meeting and gives us more details about what was said behind closed doors. So we got to see vast majority of Fed members said that if data continues to be good, they would likely cut interest rates at the next Fed meeting. In other words, they will lower interest rates in September unless inflation rises. So we've also learned that several meeting participants wanted a 25 basis points cut at the July meeting because they felt the inflation data was good enough and the job data was becoming worse. In fact, majority of participants agreed to say that unemployment risks were rising, and some reported that payroll gains might be overstated, which coincidentally we just got the NFP numbers revised down by a total of 818,000. Okay, that was on Wednesday for the 12-month period, which was ending March 2024. This is the largest revision since 2009. This is a sign of significant market cooling. So the Fed members also mentioned that cutting too late could weaken the economy. The bottom line is we will very likely get our first interest rates cut in September. So that's summary of FOMC. Quickly, let's go to Thursday. So let me summarize to you. We had unemployment claims, which neutral. Get to see forecast, actual. So nothing there to really summarize. But on the flash PMI, I can summarize that. So it wasn't the best. On the negative side, the manufacturing PMI, which you get to see is this manufacturing PMI. You get to see this is the forecast and this was the actual figures that came out. So the PMI came out at 48. Get to see that 48 there versus what they forecasted at 49.5, which analysts expected. This is bad for two reasons. First, the reading is below 50. This means the economic growth in the manufacturing sector is contracting. Second, the reading is below estimates. The estimates was 49.5. So this contraction is even happening faster than expected. Now on the positive side, we had the service PMI, which came out same time that day. That was on Thursday 22nd. So the service PMI came at 55.2, which was greater than expected, beating the 54 expected by analysts. This is great because one, the reading is above 50, so the service sector is growing. Second, it's above estimates, so it's growing faster than expected. However, the market was still 1% down on that day. So here and there, talks here and there. Many attribute these figures coming out because there was uncertainty around the interest rate cuts, and Jerome Powell was speaking today, actually, no, yesterday on Friday, which was on Friday. So the market right now is pricing in 100% rate cut in the next Fed meeting, which will be in September. So here and there, 25% of traders think there'll be 2 interest rates, 75% of traders think there'll be 1, and Fed minutes we got yesterday seem to confirm that. Traders, some traders are pricing in 4 interest rate cuts by the end of the year, but this could be difficult because we only have 3 Fed meetings left this year. So let's see how things will play out. Another meeting we had today, like I can summarize, was this Jerome Powell's speech. So in a sentence, I can summarize it as Jerome Powell simply saying the time has come for policy to adjust. Mic drop. Okay, that's what I can summarize out of that. So traders, we have summarized last week's news, so let's talk about this next week. So Monday we have bank holiday on pound. Really not a good day to trade, you know. For me, I'm always out of the markets on Monday. We go to Tuesday, we have the consumer confidence, which is a red folder news on USD. Let's move to Wednesday. What do we have? We have neutral day, which is very good. On Thursday we have unemployment claims, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we have unemployment claims, so keep your eye on unemployment claims. That's something that I really keep my eye on. Then on Friday we'll just have the core PCE. So that's the news for this coming week. So I feel like this coming week is very good for new traders. It's gentle, not that volatile also, but just can expect. 2 videos back I gave you guys my gameplay on if that happens, what you should expect if interest rates come. I told you guys interest rates are negatively correlating with bonds. Okay, we got to see in 2008 recession, we get to see stocks fell 49% and long-term treasury bonds went up 34% that same year. So, and 2 videos back I mentioned that we got to see the Wall Street Journal reported that 90% of flows in mutual funds, ETFs this year have gone into bond funds. That's $150 billion. So we just follow where the money is. That will be my gameplay for September. So you'll see me reshuffling money around. So from currencies, and yeah, I'll be looking to target those bonds. Really good. I think also it's a safe investment. And remember, bonds can be sold. Bonds can be sold from a position of strength to buy stocks in a recession. So imagine your bonds have appreciated so much, then you can buy stocks using those bonds. So you buy stocks when they are at a cheap price, fire sale prices. So talked about that last time. Either way, please forgive me. The reason I'm fast is because by 3 I have to be departing. So yeah, talk about dedication. So this week I told you guys last analysis, which was last week. My analysis was this on DXY. So this was last week's closing candle on Friday. So I told you, new week, expect 2 things. Expect either a pullback across the market or a continuation. Why? Because on Friday last Friday on 16th we closed with a lot of momentum in the market. So a pullback was chances of a pullback, even minor, were very limited, but continuations were very strong. So I told you guys, this candle range, we never saw any candle closing above, but be sure this week prices must close below the candle range low, and you got to see what I told you is this order block can hold price if prices were to pull back, but if prices are to continue, we'll just close below that. So we had 3 down close days, except Thursday where we had this push to the upside a bit. But Friday today, with Jerome speaking, we've gotten to see that markets have dumped again. So Have we hit our point of interest? This was our point of interest. We had two. We had this fair value gap on the weekly, and we had this low down here. So what should we target next? Since we've just wicked, but new coming week I can expect maybe yeah, we still have 1 hour on the XY, so before markets close, so maybe a close below and targeting maybe the 2023 lows. These lows here, they look promising, though I fear maybe SMT might be forming on the lows down here, but fundamentally speaking, let me check my other chart. Fundamentally and technically, there's no reason as to why anyone should be buying. So told you guys, we first took our first drawn liquidity, our second drawn liquidity we've hit this week, so potentially this can be our next drawn liquidity, and I will show you with USD CHF how I think that will play out. So next target for the XY this, so whatever happens here this following week, we'll get to see if prices will retrace back a bit, maybe here, somewhere, but if we have a continuation, the better. So let's get to see what will happen this new week, and I'll post you guys, I'll update you if I have any update. I'll definitely post it on my YouTube posts, you know I do that, so I'll post it there for you guys to see. So the XY still bearish. Let's quickly run to gold. So gold, we've had a crazy week. Market structure still bullish, no reason to sell it at all. This is on the daily. I can zoom in for you guys now. Let's go to the lower time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour, the 2 hour. Okay, so let's start from the 2 hour. So last week we had this push to the upside, retraced, tapped there, and we pushed to the upside. I think we closed Monday, the week somewhere here. We closed the week somewhere here. So we get to see on Tuesday we had this run up, and I told you a simple thing you can always get to do. You can always mark, let's see, Tuesday midnight open. You can check last video for people who are unaware of this, and then we push it up to 15. Where is 15? Same day Tuesday. Yeah, I think I'll have to go to a lower time frame. Obviously I have to go to the 1 hour time frame. Excuse me guys, sorry. Yeah, on the 1 hour, 15 there. So from midnight open to 15, where do you get to see the high of the day was made? Exactly right between our area, the red area, the 0.47 and 0.67. That's where the high of the day was made. I said I'll talk about it next time though, because you know I'm in a hurry. So where am I targeting on gold? Gold preferably, I told you guys this is where I'll be targeting long term. And if we move to, let's say, the 15 minutes, let's see what happened. So this week, after we made that high on Tuesday, I expected maybe we shall have a reversal, maybe to the downside. Checked over, we get to see we had this huge push. We had our balanced price range, so we had our SMT here, very good. We projected our standard deviations, and on the -2 to -2.5 we get to see we retraced, pushed back up, but order block held, and we continued pushing down. Where do we target after that? We target the -4 to -4.5, so full expansion. We got our full expansion. Our full expansion coincided with we had this breaker block, I think, on the 2 hour time frame, if I'm not wrong. So on the 2 hour time frame, this area was a 2 hour time frame breaker block, and it was also our internal range liquidity on the daily time frame. So what we got to see is prices tapped there, and if we move to the daily, let me show you something. We had a fair value gap inside. Remember, a breaker block, I love seeing a breaker block with a fair value gap. So the 4, let me check on the 4 hour. So here you get to see we had our fair value gap. from there to there. So that's was our fair value gap. Our full expansion aligned with that fair value gap there, and 50%, I was targeting at least prices to respect 50% of the fair value gap. So drew my fib from the top of the fair value gap to the bottom, and we get to see 50% of that fair value gap is where prices respected. So after that happened, I went to the lower time frames, looked for market structure shift and any other principle to order flow change, and caught another trade, added more positions there. So you'll get to see, I'll overlay it on the side of the screen. I caught more positions over there. So what will happen? So what am I hoping to, or what am I expecting this following week? So as DXY keeps on going down, I was looking at this high, this candle range high, and we've closed above it. You get to see we have closed above it this week. So that's potentially a hint that next week, and we've formed a fair value gap actually. Fair value gaps, I left coloring them in pink, purple I mean. So yeah, we've closed with a fair value gap. So what can we expect this coming week? So this coming week, maybe a push to the upside, targeting the external range liquidity, as maybe DXY targets the sell side. Okay, the sell side, and as we target the buy side liquidity. So if I move to the 15-minute, what will I expect? Let me see, because I'm already in trades. So let's push above this high. This high that started the move down. Let's push above that high this coming week. But you see, this week we've closed just below it. Yeah, so let's see this coming week. Let's see if we can break above this high and continue potentially to the upside. That will be a very good move for us. So quickly, let me move to Great British Pound USD. I analyzed the major pairs first, so let's start from the weekly. For people who have been here, you can't tell me you have any excuse not to have made money. We have caught the whole swing trade on Great British Pound USD. I even added more positions on the lower time frames, and very good trade. Get to see we caught the trade from here, from the low. This was back on 5th August, and today we are on 24th. So we are ending the month with a very good trade. We have caught the whole swing. This was our first target. This high, I mentioned to you guys, this will be our second target last week. So very good move on Great British Pound USD. That's a whole swing. I told you guys, easy money. Okay, trading is not easy, it's really hard, but once you understand it, it's very easy. So right now we've taken buy side, so we are in uncharted territories. So external range liquidity to internal. So maybe next week pullback to internal range liquidity, then continuation higher, right? Yeah, because on gold we get to see we already had our pullback, because if we look on the daily, we already had our pullback into our internal range liquidity. Because remember, last week we pushed above, so we were in external range liquidity, but we pushed back down into the internal range liquidity, which is on the daily, and it was coinciding with the breaker block on the 2-hour time frame. So yeah, so that's what I can expect maybe this week on Great British Pound USD. But so far so good, very good trade. Markets didn't get to retrace back for people who wanted a continuation, but whatever strategy you used, I'm sure even if it's a breakout and retest, you get to see very good moves here, broken out, retested, and continuation. But as we caught the move from here, for people who have been here for the last 2 weeks, we caught there, continuation. Now we are very deep in profits. So yeah, external range liquidity, maybe we can have a bit of a continuation, but I'll expect markets to come back into the range and continuation. That's how markets do it, market structure. Okay, so let's go to EurUsd. So EurUsd, I stopped using this chart, but let me go to my other chart, which is at Forex Factory. So very good trade. Also on EurUsd, I'm still holding trades from June, and added more positions because last week I talked about this. Last analysis, go check it out for yourself. I talked about us being on top, above this inverse fair value gap which we made, and prices to push and target the high. So targeting the 50% of that week, the external range. So the next possible range will be this high, which I know there's a lot of people who are using order flow, but order flow has already been messed up here. If this high wasn't respected, this high is not good. Chances are it's not gonna be respected. Order flow was down, but we've broken above this, so this can be our target now. I'm looking to target it. So Monday, Tuesday, let's see what will happen next week. Yeah, so very good trade. Yeah, so let's go quickly to oil. US oil. So on US oil, I gave you this trade some time back for people who are here. You get to see we took the buy from here. Last week I told you I reduced my portfolio significantly. Took some trades there. Let me remove this for you. So I told you guys, expect markets to take this liquidity, tap into this imbalance there, and didn't quite reach there, but at least our sales continued from there. Expected market to tap there and continuation, but as long as we've taken liquidity and tapped into an inefficiency, a fair value gap, you can also find an entry there and take your shots. So very good trade on gold, on US oil, though I took some buys yesterday on Thursday, added some more buys yesterday. I closed out the ones we took here, but added some buys, and currently I'm in profit, so I'll manage those risks. NSD, Great British Pounds. Let's move to the, wow, it's running very well. So this trade, gave it to you guys last week. You can go check it out. My analysis, we were somewhere in the middle. So I told you I'll be targeting the high. So what has happened? Wow, high has been hit. So took the trade from down here. Currently we are here, and I explained to you the reason why. So very good trade. We get to see markets don't always go the way you want it to go, but because we expected the swing start from here, which we did, but remember we had a breaker block here on the 3-hour time frame, which pushed prices down, and this 45-minute breaker block also, we took our sales from there, took our buys from here, took our swing. Okay, so where do we target? We can target the original take profit. Now we have hit this, so yeah, targeting there won't be so bad. USD CHF. Let me go to my other chart. I wonder. So told you guys I've been analyzing this pair with you for a long time, since we were here, which was back in July 25th. Took my shots from there, and one thing I told you guys is I won't close out my shots because this buy will be temporarily, and I explained to you the reason why. Because SMC traders, this was at the external range, so buyers were here targeting to push higher, but I told you guys we haven't broken this high, so there's no reason for us to continue pushing higher. The only logical reason is SMC traders will buy, but market structure will continue to the downside, and that's what's happening. So that supports DXY even going lower for me. So this can be my target on USD CHF. I'm still holding those trades. I'll overlay them on the side of the screen. Low lying mangoes first, you can always target that low. So that's low lying mangoes, then we target this low. So very good trade on USD CHF. Let's look at NSD USD. Remember, it's not a detailed analysis because there's nothing to analyze so far. Our trades are running well. What's there for me to analyze for you guys? So our swing traders finally paid off on NSD USD. So took our buys from here, and TP has been hit buy side liquidity. So very good trade. So where else can we target? We can also target this high. Why not? Because if you look at things, this liquidity here, resting here, we can still push above, maybe sell a bit, push up. Yeah, but so far so good on NSD USD. Our trades have really paid off on this pair. Patience pays. We have analyzed this trade since back in June when we were selling from here. Pushed down, we expected a buy from here, but we had this down close candles. Told you this is the only last point where prices will be supported, and order flow changed. We took our buys, told you about here, how you can re-enter from here, and you get to see prices are just pushed above. So far so good. On also US indices also have very good trades. Let's check on Bitcoin, what's going on there. So let's start from the weekly. So on the weekly, you get to see we took out this low. Let me hide my analysis. We took out this low and pushed above. So maybe target a high, maybe this high, maybe. But if this candle doesn't close above this, which I really want this candle to close. So let's see. If this candle closes above this high, I'll really be grateful to see prices continue higher, targeting these highs, all these highs. That's what I mean, all these highs, and push higher. You picked up the subtle expression I gave you last week, where I told you I'll hold my buys, and I'm not targeting 100k, but anything above, yeah, I was meaning buys, but I can't obviously tell you because there's a lot of things which would have played out against us this week, but news has played out well, and we get to see today actually is when Bitcoin has started moving after the Jerome Powell speech. So Bitcoin was in this type of just range, and I marked it out. So we have broken above that high finally. Almost 2-3 weeks, right? So broken above that high, which is very good. And also some people can refine this to a lower time frame. This is their accumulation, then this is their manipulation, then distribution to the upside. Whatever you do it. I'm still holding my buys from the low. Remember, we tapped into that order block on the daily. Very good move on Bitcoin. I'll still keep on holding it. Ethereum is also doing very well. You see that move to that order block. Ethereum is also doing very well. I'm still holding my buys, and we got to see almost 4-5% gain on both Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last 24 hours, which is very good. Audi JPY, we don't have a lot of things going on because we have this sell from this high and we have this buy from this low. So markets are kind of just ranging right now, and maybe we can continue having this continual accumulation, because what's the objective next on this pair? Where can we target next? Let's see if liquidity will build up, and yeah, whatever it does, I'll always update you guys. But so far so good. We caught the buys with you guys, the sells with you guys, so yeah, very good. What else should I analyze? By the way, you guys, whatever you want me to analyze, just push it down there on the comments or email me. I'll always advise you guys on whatever you want. Let's go to this pair. So this pair, we've come a long way, and we get to see our trades are paying off so well. So the high, we took trades on this leg of the sell move. We took some trades there on order flow on the lower time frame, and so far so good. Markets are pushing lower, and yeah, just enjoying profits on Euro, good British pound. So guys, I really have nothing else to show you here. If you want help, if you want anything, just email me. Hopefully next week I'll be able to record now in-depth analysis. This week I'm just explaining to you what happened this week, how our analysis have gone so perfect, trade ideas you can continue with, and yeah, So let me get ready, guys. I'm already packed, so let me just leave. Then yeah, we'll meet each other hopefully, if not next week but one, I'll definitely be there. But next week a bit tricky, I might still be abroad, not yet back home, and won't be able to access my setup and everything, but I can make small videos on my phone. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy my content. So far so good, we've come a long way, and wish you guys the best. Here's a couple of my trades I've overlaid here on the screen, both indices, stocks. I'm holding Tesla, yeah, still, I know, I think I closed out, but I've overlaid them out for you. Remember this, I might post it like 2 hours or 3 hours later, because editing and all that. So yeah, but yeah guys, you have a wonderful week ahead of you next week, and God bless.